Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so today is continuing the model update drawing. 2 weeks ago, when I started it, I had pretty much... Let me kind of come across with... No, wait, that's not right. I had the head and none of the body. So I was about at this stage 2 weeks ago. Oh, hey Lil G, hey Belle, and hey XXX, XXXX. Yes. Oh, you used to be HXD? Yes, yes, I remember. So now you have a name that's easier to recognize. Alright, I'll bring these layers back. And was it this one? This one. Alright. So, I decided to do layering so that if I wanted to, I can take off the shirt or sweater so that I'm only wearing the shirt. Oh, thanks for liking it. But yeah, see you later. Yeah, little ribbon. I still need to do the shading on it. Like everything else is shaded, and then this is just solid in lines. And there are a few parts that are actually still need to be shaded, so like this side is also only lines and base colors. So I'll get to that this stream. Yeah, the way that I did the shading here for like the shirt is using the where is it? The salmon brush that I mentioned 2 weeks ago that I used for the hair as well, so I used that for the clothes shading here. So, you know, adding some stuff so that like kind of feels like it's... What do you call it? You can feel it drape a bit. Hey Adoki. And then in particular, I tried to make the clothes make sense in terms of like how it the folds go. So it's centered around from the arm to the button, kind of across, with the feeling that like since this arm is raised, it pulls it a bit more. Well, whether or not this actually makes sense is another question, but that's like the logic that I use. So like it's pulling the shirt up here. And then around the waist, kinda. Last time I went live, no one came. That's how live streaming works in the beginning. But yeah, so then to do is this side. And then I'll just continue introducing what's been added. So the other thing is a sweater. So this one, I could say I spent way too long on it, but I mean, I've never really done this kind before. How to advertise to get more people? Well, I didn't advertise, so I'm probably not the person to ask here. But if you want to know how long it took for people to start watching me when I started streaming without advertising, let me take a quick look. Because it is pretty... It did take quite a long time. of streaming to 0 viewers. Let's see. My first stream was August 5th, 2020. And then from here, it's like single-digit views, which I think are just myself rewatching it, and then 0 views when I didn't rewatch it. And the first, let me get to the first double-digit view. The first double-digit view happened in June 2021. So it took about a year. A year of streaming to not many people. And then, you know, I got one that had 15 views, and then it goes back to being like single digit 0, 1, 2, 3 for the rest of the year. But yeah, if you do advertise, I'm sure it'll be faster than a year of streaming to no one. So basically, if you want people to watch you, don't follow what I did. Okay, I got distracted and I feel like doing the ribbon first, so I'm gonna do the ribbon first, and then I'll go and talk about the sweater. So, add some shading to this ribbon. I don't know, something straightforward like that. Put a short that I'm going live tomorrow. I feel like when it comes to announcing things, this is a personal opinion though, it doesn't make too much sense unless if you have people who are actually interested in watching. That, or if you have like, I don't know, a defined schedule. But that's from my perspective where I'm here and I totally don't really announce when I go live. That's been changing really recently, but until what, 2 months ago, I would not say when I go live and I just go live. Okay, so the ribbon distraction is over. The sweater. So it started off like this. This was my initial plan based on the reference sheet, where the idea was to have this in the middle and then like this on the side. So I tried it out very roughly here, and it felt kind of strangely dense, and I couldn't quite figure out why. And as I was wondering about that, actually, I came across, well, you know, browsing Twitter and all, I saw Kagami Hayato post or tweet post a selfie. And the selfie that he tweeted was of him wearing his knit sweater. And I'll just paste it here real quick. So first of all, I realized that whoever drew this outfit was using the same brushes as the ones that I downloaded because, you know, the brush is totally the same. This brush is this brush. And then, not this one. This one. This one is totally like this one. Well, they might be different, but they sure look like the same, you know? The same idea. So anyways, seeing this, I realized, oh, in order to give the knit effect, you don't actually need to put them, like, lined up against each other. Like, it doesn't need to be like that. It just needs to be on, like, a flat surface, and it works. So, with that in mind, I came up with this design, so where I kept this design in the middle, but then one line and then another line on the other side, so that it's kind of a design. And then this one I just drew by hand because it's like the part around. This part still is yet drawn, and then this I will do now to show how I kind of like drew this. So I used the knit brush tool once I set this to be wide enough. Okay. So basically, I use the darker color, like the line color, to do like the whole end, and then after that, all I need to do is kind of scribble the lines in here. If that makes sense. So right now I'm just kind of looking on the other side to make sure that they're somewhat the same size. And then once I get the size right, then I'll zoom in a bit more. Do I use a drawing pad? I use a tablet. The tablet that I'm using is a Huion Kamvas, and it's in my description if you want like the full name and stuff. So yeah, this is how I do like the knit pattern effect manually. which takes forever. If I were doing this by mouse, then that would be pretty insane. Right, so it's still softer here because then I go around and outline it. And that's to give the edge. Yeah, I still can't believe I used to draw with the mouse. It wasn't a very long period of time in my life, but it did exist. Okay, so then it's outlined, and then I go back again with the lighter color and I kind of blend it at the edge here. So it's like, what was the point of doing it? I don't know, but that's what I did on the other side. So in order to match it, there we go. Drawing with a finger. I didn't actually spend much time drawing with a finger. Like, I did a bit, I guess, but like, whenever I drew with a finger, it generally was like doodles. I never drew full-on stuff. A mini pencil? Is that different from a normal pencil? Is it just a pencil that you've sharpened far too many times? That kind of pencil? Alright, so that's kind of how I did the knit part, the knit design. Yeah. So another thing. Here. Since everything that I draw kind of has like an outline or like it's kind of sharp, this is like super soft, right? But if you look at like the shirt, you can see that there's lines. So I wanna add the lines kind of like after the fact. So like not super obvious, but like, you know, do a light outline at a few places so that it feels like it's as sharp as the other stuff. Like, you see how adding a line here makes it feel sharp compared to soft over here? I think I want to add a line for that. So just like an outline. I don't need it to be on like every part. Actually, this part. I'm out of it. Another outline. Oh yeah, I also changed the background from like a pure white background to like this gradient gray to white background because it was getting a bit annoying seeing the white in the background blending in with the white of the shirt. So that's just a why did I change that is because of that reason. Oh right, I forgot. I still have this part to do. Gotta go to bed. Alright then. Have a good night. And thanks for watching. Next week I'll probably be drawing fan art. Alright, I'll finish off this bit then. And putting the darker color on the bottom first. Loading. All right. All right, well, that looks pretty smooth. For this bottom one, I think I'll just draw straight lines down all along. But like that. Ooh. And then I'll just do a line over the line that I just drew. Okay. That would be the bottom. Is it too dense? If I look at it like this, is it too dense? Feels a bit dense. The detail on this is too detailed. Alright, well, I'll leave it like that, and if I look at it at the end and I think, like, it should be a bit wider like these ones, then I'll go back and change that. But I won't change it for now. Okay, so I'm gonna change, not change, I'm gonna do a bit of shading now so that this part has shading. The way that I'm gonna do that is using the fresh salmon brush. So I'm gonna take this sweater off so that I can see shirt and then shade it. The majority of this sleeve is actually covered by this part, so I don't think you'll really see much of the shading here, so it's gonna look like that, like 99% of the time. And then with the sweater on, it looks like this, so just hide this again. Let's add a little, just a little thing here where it's like pulling from here for whatever reason. Just to have something. So then we have this arm. So I'll add the shading to this one now. That's the pen. That's the hand, and this one's the shirt. So I'm keeping all of the layers separate, but once I get around to the rigging and all that, like cutting it up for the rigging, I'm gonna have to combine them. Sometimes when I shade with like such light colors, I wonder if I'm actually doing anything. It's like, yes, I'm shading white with white. And then if you up the contrast, you'll probably see scribble marks everywhere. Okay. Then the hand. Alright, well, a hand. A hand is a hand. I'm gonna put this actually together. So that I'm able to do this. Alright, right now I feel like I might be overdoing it a bit. Alright, well, somehow somewhat overly detailed hand. that is what it is. And then just the pen. Which honestly, not all that much to it. Oh, hey, always watching YouTube. Well, pen is a pen. So that's the upper body. I think I've shaded almost everything. I've got the other hand. Yes. So I'll switch over to the other hand then. And then after that, we'll begin the legs. Which is a whole other challenge. Because I have not been drawing legs lately. Like, I've just simply not been drawing legs lately. I'm going to have to try and redraw your avatar. Don't apologize for that. Drawing's always a learning experience. Suppose if there's someone to apologize to, it's generally yourself. At least that's how I do it. If something that I really wanted to turn out well doesn't turn out well, I'll just apologize to myself for like not drawing up to my own expectations. Because otherwise, like, how should I put it? If you're just drawing for yourself, it really is just yourself. That you need to worry about, I guess. Do art for some YouTubers anymore. I usually try to take some point when the art comes out strange. Well, I guess it's a difference in perspective. Yeah, trying again is a good attitude to have. Alright, well that's a hand. So I suppose that's enough stalling, and now it's the leg. So first off, now that, you know, I have everything, do those legs look anatomically correct? The question. I think I'll try like messing around with some stuff. But I feel like this leg should be lower. If I make this a bit lower, and then I have this foot a bit more pointed, so that it's like the heel is lifted off the ground. Oh, checking my archives. And hi Toki. Oh, bye Toki. I just read through. Bye Toki. What I'm thinking here is this kind of, but kind where it's slightly lifted off the ground. Okay, well, you know, that's me not knowing how to draw feet easily. Make the legs a tad longer. Yeah, huh? It's that feeling, right? Nah, okay. Trying to like figure this part out. Like not necessarily flat on the ground kind of feet. Just do a stretch. All right. Slightlier, lengthier, slightlier, lengthy legs. Feels like this part could be transform, mesh transformation. Feels like this could go a bit more like this. Then move the random foot over a bit. So if I try to think about anatomy, and I've got, you know, the waist here, the knee here, the other knee here. Does CLIPSTUDIO not have a liquefy tool? It does have this liquefy tool. It's a bit difficult for me to use personally. So like if I get this layer, I want it to turn it a bit, right? But when I do this, it like, do you see that? I can't really rotate it, I guess? Or like, mesh lets me move things a bit more smoothly. This is like, I take it and I push it, you know? It's super obvious. Hmm. I'm wondering about the angle of these feet now. Let me take the feet out. one face forward as opposed to the side. Why does it feel so off balance? Oh, gotta go. Alright. Thanks for watching and see you around. So there was... These are the legs that I kind of wanted to go for, like, you know, just standing like that. But I did also think about, like, this kind of one, but I don't really like that. The putting the feet together. I want to do the one where the feet are apart. Alright, unmesh tool that. But unmesh tool that compared to... I mean, it does look like the leg was weirdly bent before, but that doesn't really help. Okay, let's pretend I didn't draw that. And let's go back to the scribbly sketch part of it. This was the scribbly sketch part of it before I like drew lines over it. Let's stretch this one. It's like when it's kind of scribbled like this, it looks okay to me. It's just like once I turned it into lines, it didn't feel right anymore. And that is the challenge of drawing legs. Truly. The amount of time that I spent not drawing legs. Alright, well, let's try drawing the lines again then. It'd be like those half body models instead. Yeah, half body model. Like my current one. This is the extent of my body. Or I guess it's a bit more than a half model. Look, I have legs, but it it disappears. It disappears at this point. But it's not like you ever see that. Like, you never see that. These legs, they'll never be seen. In fact, since I'm gonna be using the free version of Live 2D, I'm probably not even gonna include these legs in the model. Because it's gonna take up too much space in the texture map. I just feel like I should draw legs because, you know, I have legs. For that matter, there's gonna be shoes as well, and that's also gonna be a whole thing. I feel like I'm able to draw legs if they aren't just standing. If they're like, I don't know, doing something. I feel like one thing about standing legs is just that, like, because it's just standing, if the center of gravity is off, it's kind of noticeable. But if they're doing some kind of action, then if the center of gravity is off, well, who really knows? So this is me doing a bit more of a dynamic pose. Can you even tell that, like, it's a bit different? It's practically the same. It's literally like 90% the same. But as I was thinking about doing before, a raised leg. So like the majority of the weight would be on this leg. Don't mind my bad scribbles. The majority of weight would be on like this leg. Then this one's just kind of bent a bit to the back. So it's like just standing on the toe. Not a fan of this being bent that way. That's gonna be slightly lifted so that you can see the pants fold so that it drapes down. All right. You would do something like that. Something like that, maybe, maybe not. And this would just be standing a bit straight. Why am I still not convinced? One of those things you can't quite see until you shade. Yeah, I think there's also something about the shape. Like, it'd be nice to say that, all right, it's time to shade now, and then it'll turn out perfectly, but I also can't visualize it, so it's sort of missing out on that part as well. Because to be able to shade it, I need to visualize it. I feel like that helps a bit. Oh, I think I see. This should probably be on this side. Because if this is on the back, then this is going to be the front leg. However, the way that everything is drawn makes it so that this is the front leg, but then it's moving to the back, so then it looks weird. How strange. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of right now is the fact that the shape, like the silhouette here, what's happened with, if I have these as my legs, I've got this shape going on. Like the line of the shoulders to the legs is a straight line. Like, very much so. And I feel like that's not something that I want. Alright. Just gonna steal the color here. How did I draw the legs here? You see, I drew them like this. And I was thinking of doing something similar here, but... Let me hide this as well. Okay, so... how many ways can you draw legs? Or, actually, you know what? Since I do have legs already existing, I suppose I will take a look at what it looks like if I were to color it. So... is there a gap somewhere? Where else is there a gap? Over here. Okay. So the silhouette of the legs currently would look like that. Does that look okay? I guess it's not terrible. And just for the sake of seeing what it looks like with some basic shading. Bring the gradient back. Hmm. I feel like this stream is you witnessing my true process of, gosh, how the heck do you draw? Are you still gonna toggle the shirt colors or not? I'm pretty set on the colors now. The color toggling was more when I was like on the reference sheet stage. So the colors that I picked here, I think, looked pretty nice. Those are what I'm using here. I might toggle it a bit, but not like completely changing the color to, I don't know, red or something. If you want to see what it looks like, though, I can toggle it just to like see what it looks like. If there's a color you want to see. Okay, well, this leg actually, I'm starting to feel okay with it. This one feels off now. It feels like it's kind of bending this way. If that makes sense. It should be a bit more straight. This. I think that might feel a bit better. Let me... What is this? Try to fill this in. And then, since I moved that, the foot is also moved a bit. Not sure whether that looks better or worse than it was before. So before it was like this, and then now it's like that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna duplicate this layer so that I can look at it. Since I like the right leg, let's mess around with this leg. Like doing this, for example. Just making the legs wider. Nah, I don't think that does it. Maybe actually what's going on here is that the direction of this line is not going in the right direction. Like it should be doing this instead of what I had it doing. And then like it'd be doing that kind of thing for the shading. Okay. I'll try to believe in this one. I feel like I should have taken a look at the time when I started these pants. Like, how long did it take for me to decide on just the direction of, like, the lines? Because now that I have the lines, I will actually color it now. Not this thing. Like, not this thing. Or actually, you know what? I'll keep it. I'll just do a new layer. Steal the color. And here we go. I slid that, didn't I? I slid it. Alright. Because of the gradient, I feel like there's an optical illusion that this is going from light to dark, but actually it's one solid color. So let's remove that gradient. And I will ignore the feet for now and just shade these legs and see if it works out. So using the salmon brush, do I have like a shadow layer here? No, I don't. Okay. So versus this being in shadow. Right. These pants are looking okay now. Surprisingly. What material are these pants? Somehow the vision came together for one side. I'm not sure about the other side. Alright. Fixing up this arm. Alright. Is that enough? Looks like it. Although I probably will have to make this, like, cut that out a bit, so let's do that. Something like that. And then this line. Dislocating the arm is all in the name of correcting the balance of the arm. There, that's a bit more proportionate now, right? And then the other arm, I'll say, is fine because it's like lifted in front. So there's some kind of, you know, perspective stuff going on. So, yeah, maybe I'll clean it up a bit more after, but that should be more proportionate. Alright, and then the most plain shoes ever. Block of color. Slide it up a bit. Once upon a time when I was looking at how to draw shoes, the advice that I came across was to draw the silhouette of the foot. And that was like top tier advice for me, because up until that point, I had no clue how to decide like what feet look like, or shoes, I guess, in particular. But now it's like, wow, it's a silhouette of a shoe. And if you zoom out, like, doesn't that look already very shoe-like? Even if there's no details on it whatsoever? Just because it has the right shape. Getting a suspicious amount of how to draw feet. So, have you been searching for it? Two so far, but still. I mean, if you aren't seeking it out, then it is a suspicious amount. More than once. I guess twice is still a coincidence? The shiny shoe thing. The how to draw shiny shoes. And then these shoes I'll also have soles. These are called soles, right? The sole of the shoes. Sole of the shoe. Or is the sole the part that's inside of the shoe? Well, I guess I can go ahead and switch to salmon brush. And then my understanding of how to draw shiny items is light parts and dark parts. Ooh. Shiny. Like, when I see some shoes on VTubers, like, they're so well drawn, it's like they're real shoes. And I'm like, how? How do you draw shoes that are pretty much real? Well, probably a good place to start is actually looking at real life references as opposed to what I'm doing right now. Which is totally just, this is the shape of a shoe. Alright. Shoes? Those count as shoes? Alright. Alright. I feel like what I did today, the stream, is pretty detailed. I might have to go back and look at actual shoes for the shoe part. But I mean, if you look at it from a distance, I think especially this one looks pretty shoe-like. This one, I think the angle's a bit difficult, but it's pretty shoe-like, especially if you zoom out a bit more. Maybe? It's a bit dark. Black shoes on a fairly light model. But let's hide all this on the checkerboard transparent background. That's what it looks like. So I think I am done for the day. I'll come back to this on my own later, like sleep on it, look back at it, and be like, oh snap, this whole thing totally doesn't work. But yeah, the whole sleep on it. Do the little pin and hair clip and whatever other little additions I can think of doing. And then next week, I'll be taking a break from this. So next week, I'll be drawing probably fan art. And then the week after that, I will start rigging. So that will be something. Alright, but yeah, for today, that is all. So, I guess until next time, thanks for watching and sticking around. So, bye-bye, have a nice week, and I guess since I started this early, have a nice weekend as well. Okay, bye!